Python Soccer, building a text-based match simulator. Step 1. Set up the game. First, import the necessary modules for the game, such as random to generate random events during the match. Then, define the variables for the team names, scores, and other game-related data. Step 2. Define the game logic. Next, you need to define the main logic of the game. This includes simulating actions like goals, fouls, and shots on target. You can use the random module to determine the outcome of these actions. Step 3. Implement the user interface. You can create a loop that allows the user to interact with the game. Inside the loop, display the current score and ask the user for their input to perform an action, such as shooting, passing, or defending. Step 4. Finish the game conditions. Finally, you need to define the conditions for ending the game. For example, you can set a maximum number of rounds or goals needed to win. When these conditions are met, display the final score and declare the winner. That's a basic outline of how you can create a soccer game using Python. Of course, you can expand and customize it further based on your preferences. Good luck with your coding. Introduction. Setting up the game. Defining the game logic. Building the game mechanics. Testing and refining the game. Conclusion. Welcome to the world of Python programming and soccer. Have you ever wanted to create your own soccer game? If so, you're in luck because today we're going to show you how to do just that using Python. Not only is it a fun and engaging project to work on, but it's also a great way to learn more about programming and game development. By the end of this presentation, you'll have a basic understanding of how to create a simple soccer game using Python. We'll cover everything from setting up the game and defining the game logic to building the game mechanics and testing and refining the game. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced programmer, there's something for everyone in this presentation. Before we dive into the exciting world of creating a simple soccer game using Python, we need to make sure our environment is set up correctly. First, we'll need to import the necessary modules such as random and time. These modules will help us simulate the game actions and keep track of time during gameplay. Next, we'll define variables for team names, scores, and other game-related data. This includes setting up the player names, team colors, and initial scores. We'll also define the rules of the game, such as how many points are awarded for a goal or penalty kick. When it comes to defining the logic of our soccer game, we need to consider all the possible actions that can take place during a match. These include goals, fouls, shots on target, and more. To simulate these actions, we'll be using the random module in Python, which will allow us to generate random events based on certain probabilities. For example, when a player takes a shot on goal, we can use the random module to determine whether the shot is successful or not based on the player's shooting ability and the goalkeeper's ability to save the shot. Similarly, when a player commits a foul, we can use the random module to determine the severity of the foul and whether a yellow or red card should be given. To build the game mechanics, we need to define a set of functions that simulate game actions such as goals, fouls, and shots on target. These functions can be designed to take in parameters such as the team name and player statistics to make the game more dynamic and engaging. We also need to create a function for updating the score based on the game actions. This function should be called every time a goal or foul is simulated to ensure that the score is accurately reflected. By building these functions, we can create a fully functional soccer game that is both fun and challenging to play. After building the game mechanics, it's important to test and refine the game to ensure that it's fun and engaging for players. One way to do this is by tweaking the game mechanics, such as adjusting the probability of certain actions happening or changing the rules of the game. For example, you could make goals worth more points or add a time limit to the game to make it more challenging. Another way to improve the game is by adding new features, such as player statistics or different game modes. Player statistics can help players track their progress and see how they compare to other players, while different game modes can add variety and replayability to the game. For instance, you could create a tournament mode where players compete against each other in a bracket-style tournament, or a career mode where players manage a team over multiple seasons. In conclusion, we have learned how to create a simple soccer game using Python. By setting up the game, defining the game logic, building the game mechanics, testing and refining the game, we can create a fun and engaging project that is both challenging and rewarding. Through this process, we have also gained valuable experience in using Python modules, defining functions, and working with game-related data. We hope that you have found this presentation informative and inspiring, and that you are now eager to try building your own simple soccer game using Python. By creating your own game, you will not only improve your programming skills, but also have a chance to showcase your creativity and imagination. You can experiment with different game modes, add new features such as player statistics and animations, and even customize the game to reflect your favorite teams or players. With Python's flexibility and versatility, the possibilities are endless. So don't hesitate, grab your keyboard and start coding today.